I think having a solid note-taking system is really useful for many people. It will help you learn anything faster, and if you create content online, like writing articles or making YouTube videos, it will help you generate more interesting insight and build an audience efficiently. My name is Shu, and in this video, I want to talk about Mymind, one of my most favorite apps and part of my note-taking system. If you've been watching my videos, you probably know about Mymind. It's my absolute favorite app. I've talked about this app before so many times, and I use it every single day as part of my note-taking system. I showed the whole process of taking notes in a video before, so I don't want to go into too much detail, but in a nutshell, my note-taking system consists of two parts: idea storage and idea factory. So idea storage is just like the name suggests. It's a place where you save cool ideas and inspirations, and also filter out noise from signals by making highlights, and then you bring these highlights into your idea factory, where you distill these highlights into core insights and then synthesize new ideas. Personally, I really like this analogy of factory and storage, but another way I like to think about this system is as my personal library and my laboratory. So for me, Mymind, this app is kind of like my personal library, where I come in when I need to do some research to see if I already have some relevant information, and I take that information to my laboratory to distill the information into insight, and then experiment with the ideas and create my own new ideas. Anyway, I think people use various apps, but personally I use Mymind as my idea storage / personal library, and Roam Research as my idea factory / laboratory. But today I want to focus on Mymind and how I use it as my idea storage. Okay, the way I use Mymind is super simple. I essentially save anything that I want to remember, or anything that I think can be useful for my future project. Like I said, think it as you are building your own library. If you had your own library, you wanted to have as much potentially useful information as possible, right? So if I think something can be even slightly useful for my future projects, like writing or thinking or making videos, I save that to Mymind. Alright, as you can see, Mymind is pretty chaotic. It has screenshots, books, tweets, articles, and videos. I really like saving screenshots to Mymind. For example, when I'm reading a magazine on my phone and see something cool, I can take a screenshot and save it to Mymind. I often do the same thing on Instagram as well. Whenever I see something useful, I just get a screenshot and share that to Mymind. Or when I see a great thumbnail on YouTube, I take a screenshot and drag that into Mymind so I can use it as a reference later. This app has a great OCR, which means it can recognize the objects and text in screenshots, which I think is super useful. Another way I use Mymind is as a reading list. When someone recommends me a book, I find it on Amazon and save it to Mymind. Then I add a note to remember who recommended it. This way I can give them a shout out if I liked a book, which is actually a great way to connect with people and grow on Twitter. Also, I started using tags like to read, reading, and read, so I can see which books I want to read in the future, and books I'm currently reading, and books I've already read. Similarly, I use it as a wish list. When I find a product that I want to get, I save it to Mymind and assign priority for the product. Then I can see the wish list according to different priorities. So I try to buy from high priority ones instead of low priority ones, which means I don't need them so much. Anyway, let's get back to collecting inspirations and new ideas. I usually get lots of cool ideas from Twitter and articles, so I save many tweets that I think are interesting to Mymind, and also articles as well. I save every article that I think can be useful for my research or writing. So the criteria I use for saving information in Mymind is this going to be relevant for my research? Or is this going to be useful for my future projects, like writing or making videos? And once a day, I come to this page and try to read the items I saved. If it's not interesting, I just delete it from Mymind. And if it's useful, I usually use this Chrome extension called Eloquent Quick Capture to make highlights. What's great about this extension is that you can insert things like the title of the article, URL, the name of the author by using commands. And I just use the highlighter mode to get the useful bits of information. Once I'm done, I bring these highlights into my idea factory, which is Rome Research, to distill the highlights into core insights. I always use my resonance calendar template and paste the highlights under the highlight section. Then I make notes using the Zero Custom method, which I talked about in another video. Also, because this app is my personal library, this is the first place I come when I want to do some research to see if I already have relevant information about the research topic. So let's say I want to know more about gut microbiome. I can search on Mymind and there is already a bunch of information about it. Then I can take notes from these resources. Or let's say I want to revise on how to color grade a video. I can search for color grading and learn about it again. So this is exactly like how you use a library. You go to the library when you need to borrow some books for your research, right? Then you take the books to your home to read them, analyze them, and synthesize new ideas, like writing an essay if you're a student. That's basically how I think about my note-taking system. Mymind as my library and Rome as my home, or as I like to call it, my idea factory or laboratory. Alright, so that is how I use Mymind, and I think people use this tool for many different purposes and different projects, but I think this can be a great addition to your note-taking system, and many people use different apps for this kind of purpose, like Instapaper, Pocket, and Warning. But in my opinion, Mymind is the best tool if you're looking for a tool that you can use as your idea storage or personal library. There are many reasons I really like Mymind, which I explained in another video, but mainly that's because Mymind has its own AI that automatically analyzes the content you save and assign tags to each item, which is kind of like having your personal librarian, and your librarian does all the sorting and organizing stuff for you. Whereas other apps don't have this feature, which means you have to do all the sorting and the tagging all by yourself, which takes lots of time. But again, if you want to see more detailed comparison of Mymind and other apps, please have a look at my previous videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching till the end, and if you like this video, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye!